All right, you know what it is. This one is on Suge Knight Speaks from behind the wall, serving 28 years. I stand on what he said. You know what I mean? You know, I respect what he said. I want y'all to hear it, and you're going to hear a gangster's perspective because this is a gangster channel talking to gangsters or people that want to know about the gangsters. Now, you trolls, fall back. All right? Let's get this thing popping, man. All right? All right, unique Mecca audio, man. I was sitting back yesterday and I saw a TMZ joint that somebody sent me where Suge Knight spoke out, and I feel that it's needed for me to share this with the youngins and the old. You know, this is not just for the youth. It's for the youngins and the old. Suge Knight spoke on the same morals and principles that me and my comrades that I call my homie stand on. Now, because you're from Harlem, you're from New York, don't make you my homie. If you stand on morals and principles and you choose to enter the street world, that's what make you my homie. Other than that, I don't even mess with you. You know what I mean? So sit back. I want y'all to hear this joint right now so you understand where I'm at. I'm going to play the recording so that you could hear what exactly went on. All right?
Tell me what your reaction is to the arrest of Keefe D.
Well, surprise number one, because I didn't think Keefe D would never get arrested. Nor do I want to see him get arrested. You know, let's get one thing straight. First and foremost, you know, me and Keefe D playing on the same Pop Warner football team. And whatever the circumstances, if he had an involvement with anything, if he didn't have any involvement with anything, who want to see? I wouldn't wish somebody going to prison on my worst enemy.
All right, pause. You see that? I had to stop that. You know what I mean? That man said he wouldn't wish someone going to prison on his worst enemy. That's morals and principles that I stand on. I don't wish the rat bastard that testified against me to go to prison. You understand? I don't need or want the courts to handle my issue with the rat bastard so you understand where I'm at. You understand? I respect what Suge's saying. Let me get back to this, man. All right?
DA says that Keefe D was in the car with his nephew, and that presumably his nephew, according to the DA, is the one that shot Tupac, and that it was done with the full knowledge of Keefe. Do they have it right?
There was only two people in the car. And Pac not going to tell the story. I ain't going to tell the story, but I tell you this. Alice, I never had nothing bad to say about Orlando because, number one, he wasn't a shooter. Number two, he came to my ear and told to let me go and told the truth. They still didn't let me go.
Yo, pause, man. Pause. Let me say this, man. Let me say this. You know, no disrespect to TMZ, man. No disrespect to TMZ, but, you know, this is a gangster channel, so I'm going to speak from a gangster's point of view. This man is interviewing Suge Knight like he's a prosecutor. You understand? Like he's trying to line up something so that when it's time for trial, they could bring it in the courtroom. This man sounds like a prosecutor. That's why, you know, I don't like these trolls and these fake channels that get up here and they interview gangsters, and then they start prying into certain things that they know they ain't supposed to go down. And when they deal with the younger people, they don't know where they're not supposed to go down. So they respond to these questions from these prosecutor journalists and trap themselves off. So y'all need to listen to this and share this video with everyone you know. And remember to subscribe. But share this video with everyone you know. These interviewers is talking like that. I sat on trial for 2 weeks. And listen to this. It took me back like if I was back on trial, man. Like where they do this at? Luckily, Suge Knight, right now, because I don't know the man because I was gone. Right now, but let me ride, because I like to ride. Let me ride. When I got locked up in 1993, in 1994, Suge Knight came to New York City to Trafalgar Square, and my man Big D and Gadget Mike brought him out there. You know what I mean? He brought Snoop to perform. When he came out there to perform, they told me on the phone, they said, yo, that kid Suge is a real gangster. This was from the men. You know what I mean? This was from the men. And that's why I even said their names, because these are men of honor that their word is stamped. They said Big D brought him up out there, and they must have gave him a deposit to come out there. When he came out there, before he even got on, Snoop was ready to go get on, and Suge said, nah, we ain't getting on till we get the rest of our 25 grand. He wanted all his money. You understand? That's how real this is. Now, so you fully understand where I'm at with this, man. You got to stand on something. If not, stay off the streets. Stay away from crime. It's not worth it. I served 26 years in federal prison. I had to wake up every day for 26 years knowing that I had life with no chance of parole plus 20 years. So even if I got paroled on a life, I still had to serve 20 years. So this is how real this is. But Suge is talking some real stuff, man. We're going to finish playing this so that, y'all could understand what's going on, because I got to give it to y'all to break it down, man. All right?
You are called to testify in this case?
I wouldn't be.
Why not?
Yeah, I wouldn't be.
Why not?
Well, number one, because I'm not going to get on the stand and testify on somebody for what?
They seem to be saying that Orlando was the shooter and Keefe was in on it.
Prosecutor.
He had full knowledge of what was going down, and it was revenge for Orlando getting beaten up by Tupac and his team at the MGM after the Tyson fight. Is that correct?
No.
Then who shot Tupac?
It wasn't Anderson, so that's all I got to say about that part.
To summarize, you are saying Orlando was not the shooter, although you won't say who the shooter was. You are not saying whether Keefe was involved in any way in the shooting. And you are saying that if you're called to testify by either side, you will not comply. You will not testify. Do I have that right?
1,000%. I wouldn't go. I wouldn't testify. None of that.
All right, so that's what it is, man. That was Suge Knight speaking. I stand on that interview. I don't know him personally, but I stand on that interview because under no circumstances do a man on the street testify. Here's a man that's serving 28 years in state prison, and they're going to go at him to try and tell him, oh, we can let you off early. All you got to do is just, become a rat bastard. And, here's your script we need you to read. But that man just said he would never testify on his enemy, the same as I was never testify against the man that gave me life plus 20 for me to deal with that turmoil for 26 years. Now, for y'all to understand, right? Somebody sent me that video, so if y'all want me to speak on something, y'all send me videos or whatever. I do answer my phone calls. You know what I mean? I answer my phones. I got a special phone just for that. So if anybody want to call and talk to me direct, feel free to call. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's what this is about. This is about keeping it what we call 100. Now, Suge Knight said that he looked in Orlando, looked in the homie's eyes, and he know who shot him, and it wasn't Orlando. You understand what I'm saying? Hold up, we got a call coming in, But he's still not gonna say who did it. Hold on. Yeah, hello? What's up, caller?
Yeah. What's happening?
Yeah, what's up, son? How you feeling? I'm doing a video right now on Keefe D and Suge Knight making a phone call to TMZ where they was talking to him like a prosecutor, asking him if he'll, testify, basically trying to get him to solidify something. What do you think about that? Did you see that video?
Yeah, I just seen it. That's why I called you ASAP, try to beat everybody in before your phone line start blowing up.
So
'Cause
what?
y'all speaking on something that I stand by.
Well, speak on that. What do you stand by and what are we speaking on from your words? Because I don't want to be the only one talking. There's other men cut from this cloth, and those are my homies. Now, we're going to find out if you my homie. I'm listening.
Okay, well, it ain't based on that. It's just based on morals and principles. When you done time and you're a law-abiding citizen, that don't have nothing to do when you live in the code of the streets. See, we live in the code of the streets, and people speak on our murder law and the silence law, but it's an action, not words. You just keep your mouth shut. You said it better than anybody else when you came out of prison. If you're in the streets, just shut the fuck up and mind your business. That would keep you alive a long time. And for sure, I don't know the brother, don't care nothing about knowing him, but I think we connected because in so many ways, you got to understand that Crips is his enemy. And I'm saying still, in all adversity, he said, man, I'm not testifying. And what he should be saluted for that. Because at the end of the day, everybody is compromising and not standing on the business because they want to get out of jail. Like me, I done my time. Like you done your time. It's not to glorify none of that. It's just that telling is a no-no. So for Suge to stand up and say he's not going to testify on the dude that they accused of killing Tupac, that's big in the world, man. Because you got listeners listening, and telling is wrong, man. Point blank, telling is wrong.
That's what I'm saying, And I like that I got a caller that I could call my homie. You know what I mean? Because my homie, like I said, is not from where you from geographically. It's the morals and principles you stand by to make sure you represent the code. That's why I tell the youth and the elders, don't get involved in the street. It's not worth it. You understand? It's not worth it. Now, what do you think about Suge Knight saying that, yeah, I know who shot him, but I'll never tell,
But I don't agree with Suge saying anything. I think I can't cut from how you cut or how I'm cut or how he cut. Because I wouldn't have said anything about anyone. I don't know nothing about nothing. You know what I mean? Suge was in the car. I don't know nothing. I don't know about Orlando. I don't know about nothing. You keep that shit in the street.
Period.
That's what people don't understand. In order for police to solve these crimes, they need participators. If people just shut the fuck up and mind their business, you can't really solve these crimes. Leave it in the street where it belongs at. That's where it belongs at, in the street. That's where it started. That's where it ends. But you can't tell a mother that's grieving for a son or a mother that's grieving for a family member, sister, brother, and a law-abiding citizen, you can't apply them. See, that's what's wrong with people today. They try to apply them laws to law-abiding citizens. I've been a street nigga all my life, so I don't know nothing about law-abiding citizens. So I had to learn that during my journey, that a law-abiding citizen results to the law. That's what they pay taxes for.
Now,
I'm a street nigga, I believe in street justice.
That's a good point. Let me say this, right? Because when I was in ADX Supermax, I was with a brother from Baltimore named Harris L. They call him Mo Gary. Good man. Let's give him a round of applause. Good man. Good man. Good man. Good man. All right, relax, y'all. Let me talk about Mo Gary. All right, so check it out. Right now, while I was in ADX and dudes used to do things to piss me off or things that I didn't like or whatever, I always looked at it like, let me see how to put it. I always looked at it like, how he gonna disrespect me and violate me? He know better than that. And Mo Gary had to explain to me that you can't put your morals and principles and expectations on the next man because they're not cut like you and I. Because I wanted to go fight everybody that didn't agree with me. You know what I mean? And Mo had to explain to me that you can't do that because they just, you know what I mean? They're not cut from our cloth, so you can't put our morals and principles on them. What do you got to say about that, big dog?
Well, you got to understand like this, man, and I'm going to make it short and to the point. that people, like a few brothers said, a lot of dudes didn't tell because they didn't have nobody to tell on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's the big difference. So the men that did have somebody to tell on and stood up like they supposed to, it's not about honor because they're just doing what they supposed to do by the street code. You don't get no accolades for that.
Mm-hmm.
You're just doing what you're supposed to do as a man.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people speak on a lot of things, but you could speak on Wayne Perry, for example. A lot of people don't know his circumstances, man.
Mm-hmm.
The man ain't guilty. The man ain't done nothing. The man pleaded guilty because these corrupted government put his mother on his case. See, a lot of people don't know that. They just be talking.
Mm-hmm.
So he's so honorable. He said, man, give me a plea or whatever. Just take my mother off the case. I don't care about doing no time. That's a son's love for his mother.
Mm.
So you got a man doing 5 life sentences because he loves his mother, man.
Mm-hmm.
And he stand on morals and principles. Wayne don't got to get on no outlets and talk bad about nobody. He don't move like that. You know what I mean? Several other Waynes of the world that just stand on principles, man. They don't have to use smut to talk about another man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the new AK-47 trying to smut a man down. I don't care how a man carry himself. He's a man. It don't matter what he do. His smut can't take that away from him. He's a man.
Mm. See,
but telling is wrong, man. I don't know the brother Suge Knight, and I heard about a lot of things that I don't think he would have survived in Washington, D.C. with that bullshit. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, he's a man because he chose not to tell.
Mm-hmm.
But you got men all over the world. They don't glorify not telling and stuff like that. We just do what we're not supposed to do, not tell. We don't cooperate with the government.
Mm-hmm.
I never cooperate with the government in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done over 30.
Mm-hmm. All right, but I'm gonna say this. I'm not. Excuse me, sorry, cutting you off. I'm not even gonna ask your name, but you said something about Washington D.C. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Washington D.C.
Oh, okay. All right. Big round of applause to Washington D.C., man. Big round of applause. You know what I mean?
Nobody, you know, man. And I'm not trying to be arrogant or say nothing on this show, but I put nobody in no state above my state, and that's how everybody should feel about their state.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But down here, we don't play that telling shit. You find yourself somewhere where they'll never find you at.
Mm-hmm. You know? That's what I'm saying. That's why I respect my comrades, you know, Lou Sims, Farris, Peter Shue, you know what I mean? Men of honor that stood by the code during the test of time, because you don't know a man until, you know, he's being tested, you know? And God is going to test us in many different ways. That way it'll reveal our character, you know? Because you got dudes that go to jail. Now, speaking of, you said you did 30 years, so I can have a good conversation with you. When we get off, you know, if you want, I'd like to bring you on the show and we could talk, you know. But let me ask you this, right? You got dudes that go into prison, and let's take Tory Lanez. You know what I mean? You got Tory Lanez, got all this money, big millionaire, get ready to go into prison. What happens when a man like that go into prison and he's trying to act like if, you know, he's cut like that? You understand?
Well, that's funny, man, because he's going to be tested. You're going to see if he cut like that. Because it's different, man. You got to check your gun in R&D.
Huh, tell them again. Even the police got to check their gun in, you know?
The police got to check their gun in, and physical contact is different, man.
You know?
There's a big difference, man. Because as soon as he come in, man, I mean, he battle tested. Because they want what, you know, that's where the wolves at, man. Not big enough jail to no young guy that's listening, not bigging it up. But jail is another world, man. And if you ain't been there, you understand. And if you survive it, you're a man however you survive. You're a man if you made it out of there and you done over 10 and made it out. You know, man, jail is really the belly of the beast, man. And I'm not glorifying jail. I'm trying to tell y'all, stay out of jail.
I like
the
that.
toughest of the toughest been in jail and couldn't take it no more and wrote the prosecutor and jumped on people's case. I spent some time down Coleman where I watched dudes jump on dudes' case to get out of jail, man. It broke me down. Tears to my eyes. Because my mother said, man, I could never love you like a son if you go on the other side. This from my mother. So I was taught this as a kid. You don't do no telling or cooperating with the government. Shut the fuck up.
All
You don't
right.
have nothing to talk about. I lost trial. I blew trial. I lost trial. I had life sentence on murder. By myself, no co-defendant. They gave me life. By myself. Now you see a true man character when he stand by himself. Not with a group of people or backed by an army or a gang. That's when you see a man's character when he alone.
Because those walls do cave in. You know what I mean? And to some, the walls talk to you. You know, I've seen the walls talk to men. Man, I just wanted to tap in. Thanks for calling, caller. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it, man. Salute to Suge, man, for being a stand-up man, in and out.
All right. All right, now, let me see. I got another call while I was talking. I know y'all heard it. I just want to show y'all how I do respond to my phone calls, and I even call people back. You know what I mean? I even call people back. That's why I say you ain't got no business to troll a man when you could reach out to him. Hey, yo, who this, man? I'm doing a live show. You just called while I was talking to another person that called in. What's your name and where you from?
Oh, this your boy Dion from G Vegas, North Carolina, one more again.
All right. So what's up, family? I'm doing a show about, Suge Knight speaking on TMZ, saying that, he wouldn't testify and get involved in the case, that he'll never testify, not even on his worst enemy.
No doubt. That's what Suge say, you know what I'm saying? He represent the power rules. He represent the street code. But at the end of the day, Suge Knight a real one, you feel me? Like, I represent the real ones. So Suge Knight doing the thing. But you know what I'm saying? For him to say he won't death or prison on his worst enemy, he might not be talking about Puff Daddy, but the truth will come out about Puff Daddy regardless. You heard?
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. That's how real my channel is. I see you mention Puff Daddy. I'm not gonna sit here and wish prison on any man, much less a black man that made it out the trenches. You understand?
Yeah, but Puff Daddy made it out the trenches sleeping with Clyde Davis. Everybody know that.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't want to get into the rumors. We don't know that because we don't know what happened. We know what they've been saying. Oh, stop. Whoa. Listen, I would defend you the same way I defend that because there's no evidence of that. That's just, media propaganda that, hold on, that's being spreaded. So all I'm saying is on my channel, I respect everyone unless there's actual receipts. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't want to get into it because this is not about, Puff Daddy or the next person or that one or this one.
I got receipts for you.
You know what I mean? All right, well, when we get off the show to me, and then we'll air it if you got receipts. But until then, I'm not going to allow anyone to just throw something out there. Show me the receipts. You got my number. You see I answer the call. You're more than welcome to call back.
I sent you a text on the Puffy situation, boss.
All right, then me and you would talk off the record, and if you got that, I'll bring you up here and you present it. You understand? And that's how I run my joint, But,
But the truth don't come to light.
Exactly. Everything in the dark come to the light. And that's what this point is about. You know what I mean? So, I don't know what no man do, but yeah.
That's what we represent. Free Suge Knight. West Coast, Death Row.
There you go. Oh, man time. But thanks for calling, family. When I get off, I'll call you back, all right? Let me cap this up.
I got some more info on that Puffy. I got you.
Yeah, well, I'd definitely like to see it. You got receipts, we talk. But that's what I'm saying, man. I don't do a show where I got people calling in and just throwing anything out there and just throwing smut on people's name. I don't care who it is. I wouldn't even allow them to come up here and talk bad about the man that testified against me for 5 days. 500 pages of testimony. Got me life in prison plus 20 years. I haven't said his name one time on my YouTube channel. I haven't wished him bad or harm one time on my YouTube channel. So I'm not going to let somebody come up here and throw smut on another man's name. And I got receipts for mine, but that's not going to help me and him right now. I just want to move on with my life and reach the youth. That's where I'm at, So, if y'all got receipts, you see something on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you want me to speak on, my number is on the screen. It flashes all day. You could reach me. All right, and I do answer my phone as you see, and I give you the time of day, and I'm respectful. So call me respectful. Follow me on Instagram. It's on the screen, and my Cash App is coming up because, like I said, everything is a business. The game is to be sold, not told. All right, we just gave you a lot of jewels here today. And I want to say this before I go. That Mike Tyson fight that he had with Bruce Sheldon, to show you how, I don't know how, but I'm connected to everything. I was locked up in Annandale, youth center back in 1986 and 87 with Bruce Sheldon when he was just learning to box. He was just a big clumsy dude with a hard punch. You know what I mean? So I know Bruce Sheldon personally. Y'all can check the records. I was in Annandale, it's called, in the state of New Jersey. I was locked up in Annandale Youth Center. I came from, I went through Yardsville, then I went to Trenton State, then I made it to Jones Farm, got into some crap at Jones Farm, boosted my security back up, wound up at Southern State. I was one of the first inmates on Southern State, correctional facility over there in Jersey. And then from there, they realized I was too young to be there, so they shot me over there to Annandale. And that's where I met Bruce Sheldon at. And next thing you know, I come home and I see my man that I used to be, hitting a heavy bag with in the gym, with my man Lip, rest in peace, from out the Bronx, getting ready to fight Mike Tyson. At that time, I'm knee deep in drugs. That was the last thing on my mind, making it that far to talk about being a boxer or doing anything other than pushing that garbage to my community, which I 100% apologize for, 100% apologize for poisoning my community. And that's why I'm trying to reach out to try and help, rectify and save my community and give my part the best way that I can, Now, I'm going to tap out. I've been on here long enough. I just wanted to speak on that so you understand that I respect Suge Knight's statement, his stance on that interview. I don't know enough about him, but what I've seen so far, I respect his gangster, because this is a gangster channel, all right? And for the rat bastards and trolls, I'm going to give you the gunshots before I tune out. And you know what's crazy? The people in the comments, so you understand how I view you, and how the gangsters view you. When you come in and you say, oh, ease up off the gunshots, that's because it hurts. That means that it's touching a nerve. Ease up off the telling, get a job, go to school, be a civilian is what I'm pushing for you. Then the gunshots wouldn't offend you. All right?
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime. Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squealing to the cops, Mecca audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust down. Now we on the positive, you we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend a ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours. So we can give back to the youth them. Cause they the truth them. And bless up to all the rudiments.